Kick back on them in the whip that's foreign. Drip drop on them with a chick that's gorgeous.
So let's just get to a little bit about your music. In regards to like your content, are you really into the lyrics? Are you more into like the melodies? Like what's your thing?
I'm into the lyrics once you find the melody. You know what I mean? Because once it's sonically pleasing to the ear and you hear it and like there's a vibe. Because when you first listen to a song in general, you're not going to know all the lyrics, but you're genuinely attracted to it because of the sound of it, right? So once you figure out that little melody, so a lot of times I go into a beat and I'll kind of take out my phone and record a little, I guess, mumble, and it's me kind of just gibberish, you know what I mean? But getting the sound I want. And then essentially once I finish that and press play on the recording, it's just plugging in words that I feel necessarily fit the vibe and the theme. So that's generally how it comes down. And then if I'm liking the sound of it, then I'll record. It took me a long time to like, because I would think I'd like it, I'd go to record and then I'm like, yo, this is a track. Right? You know, I've gotten better at like pointing out when something's not going to work, because as much as you want to be your own biggest fan, you have to be your biggest critic, because you have to look at your stuff in the ears of like, if you're listening to someone else, you know, if you don't like something, you're not going to continue listening to it. You're going to skip. So if I feel that ounce of doubt when I'm making something, someone else is going to feel that.
Right.
And so it's not going to be genuine. They're not going to enjoy it. And there's no sense putting it out, right?
What would you say? What would you say makes a good song, based on what you're saying? Like what makes you go, you know what? That's it right there. Like how do you know that?
Everyone has this inner metronome, and so you ever listen to a song, you weren't really looking to listen to a song, but a song come on and you just catch yourself off. That's that inner metronome. And so if you find yourself stopping that while you're trying to record or listen to it, then you've lost the cadence, you've lost the beat, and you've lost the vibe. You know what I mean? So when I'm recording and stuff, to find my beat, to find my sound, if I'm like this, and then when the beat hits and I actually like, it's like one of those like one of those things that hit you, and it's like, okay, it's good to keep going. If I'm hearing it and it's like, you know, and then you kind of get back into it, then it's like, you know, you're kind of offbeat, you're not doing the right thing. So it's really catching that inner metronome, and a lot of people have a tough time understanding that. It's like, you only have so much space on the line, right? And before the scale starts shifting, right? And when it gets too high or too low, that's when you've lost the cadence. So there's a lot of bringing yourself back when you're writing and keeping that inner metronome going, right? Because as soon as you go out, the song is lost. And that's kind of where I generally go off of, right? And I'm starting to realize that as I'm writing, and it's like, I go into the next part, I write it, and I lose it. I was like, no, I gotta rewrite something, I gotta delete this. And I have no problem deleting anything, because you're just trying to make the best track at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Right? So people are so stuck on the things they write, but it's like, bro, you know what I mean? If it's trash, no one's gonna hear it anyway.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's a fact.
So change it. If you're not feeling it, if you feel that little bit of doubt, like that cliche saying, like when in doubt, throw it out.
Right.
That's exactly what you need to do. Because you're just trying to make a good song. At the end of the day, you want people to vibe. That's what you're in music for.
Right.
For the person listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As much as like, oh, I'm in it for myself. No, you're not. You're in it because you're trying to share something and you want people to enjoy it. To the point, what are you doing music for? You know what I mean? Why do you build a house so people can live with it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just what comes down to it, and the basic math, the basic science of it. And after that, once you realize those things are there, your metronome, your beat, your cadence, your flow, your lyrics, that's when you start to enjoy it. And that's where I come into saying, it's like no matter how many times you have to listen to it, in the mixing process, the final process, the editing process, even if you've heard it a million times, because you know it's good, that's where you get the reminder of it. So you're just like, okay, I've heard it a million times, maybe it's fine. No, it's not. The first time someone hears this is going to be sick, and that's the feeling you hold on to.
Absolutely.
Back on them in the whip that's foreign. Drip drop on them with a chick that's gorgeous.